Hey everybody, it's Stephanie from Hope and Love Radio, and today I'm interviewing Priyadarshini from India, who's the author of a book, Psoriasis is a Blessing in Disguise, as well as a spiritual counselor. So tell us what you do. Tell us about your book and your story, about your journey.
Sure, Stephanie. First of all, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity and a very good morning to the entire US. So, hope you have a great day ahead. So, I'll just start off with my introduction. So, I am Priyadarshini Bopardiki. Basically, I am a electrical engineer by profession, and I worked into corporate for over 8 years. Then, towards the end of 2018, I switched over to freelancing as a content writer, then as a IELTS trainer till 2022, and now I am working as a spiritual counselor and healer. And I am responsible for helping individuals to attain their professional and personal goals using a SMI framework by investing only 45 minutes per day.
Thank you. And what impact has your journey done with the work on? What is the impact of your journey done with the work that you do with others?
Well, talking about my journey, yes, I definitely I learn to be a good listener when I interact with my clients, because people coming to me are those facing any kind of health challenges, relationship challenges, or any other challenge. So first of all, I need to be a good listener. Then I need to motivate them continuously, make them realize that definitely whatever they are going through will come to an end one or the other day, but at the same time help them to build their inner strength so that they face the situation fearlessly and become the best version of themselves.
What do you wish you would know when you were first starting out?
Yeah, may I know, could you please come again?
What do you wish you had known when you were first starting out? Is there anything you might have changed or which you could have done differently?
Yes, definitely. What I thought I should have known was some techniques to gain more inner strength. That is, meditating quite often, connecting with inner self, doing self love, thereby connecting with myself at a deeper level and facing the situation fearlessly. Because earlier, somewhere the acceptance towards myself was less, and that was in turn getting reflecting in my external world. Also, I realized that. I should have focused on the lessons, what lessons this situation is trying to help me learn, and knowing the lessons, implementing them, and then coming out of this situation. But somehow it took around 18 years for me to learn those lessons. And then I realized that this much level of spiritual progression was necessary for me. It was something, this situation was driving me towards this kind of progression, which will ultimately help me to realize my lessons and then help me to face this situation fearlessly and ultimately come out of that.
In your book, A Blessing in Disguise, you talk about the challenges that you faced with psoriasis. How has that affected your life in the years to come?
Well, in the initial phase, when things were quite new, and as we say that negativity spreads very fast and positivity, good news spreads very slow. So was the situation with myself. So everyone was confused, not knowing what we are going through and what should be done in an appropriate way. So yes, I was confused, and moreover, because of the lack of acceptance about myself, so I used to face different kind of reactions from people, such as some of them looking giving a weird look because of that kind of situation, because on the surface level it looked like very ugly and dreadful situation. So everything was haphazard, but soon I after a couple of years, around 1 or 2 years, I started telling myself I should do all possible things whichever are being told to me, maybe at the medical level or other level. Initially it was the medical support only, and then I was bombarded with lot of food restrictions. So still somehow I tried to follow them to the best of my capacity, and I started realizing that my inner self is somewhere being getting burden upon. And after a couple of years, I realized that around 8 to 10 years, that even this much amount of discipline is not working. So definitely there is something else. And finally in 2015, I started exploring certain alternative techniques. One of which was chakra healing. It was a distant healing technique based on our seven chakras, and it was a no-touch therapy. So this made me curious to know more about that. Even I started getting this treatment for using that technique, using chakra healing technique. And initially, it definitely benefited me, but later on. I was introduced by my friend to my mentor who taught me this technique. So it was like this journey later on was like a new learning for me. And in spite of all these things, I somewhere realized that it didn't stuck my life somewhere in terms of my graduation. I could graduate in first class, and I could also enter IT industry. I worked with 3 to 4 corporations, and that helped me to connect with quite different amount of people, learn communication skills, technical skills from them, some presentation skills from them. And more importantly, it didn't stop me from earning my bread and butter. And I finally at the back, my family used to pray daily for me. So there was some this thing helped me to keep that hope somewhere that no, I have to keep moving, I have to keep moving, and one day definitely I will get the result. So this thing has brought me a way long from 2002 till today is 2023.
Thank you for sharing. And you also mentioned about mindset in the book. Can you tell us
Yeah.
what that means and how that affected you and how it can affect others too?
Definitely, mindset is the basic thing I believe which will help you to achieve any goal, however difficult you feel. Because it is rightly said that everything gets manifested twice, once in your brain and then in reality. This thing was told by to me by one of the life coach. I attended his training in 2020, first wave of pandemic. And because ultimately this mindset of hope help me to drive to reach till this particular stage.
Thank you. And you also mentioned that the disease was a blessing in disguise. How is that?
Sorry, could you please come again?
You also mentioned that the disease was a blessing in disguise. Tell us about that.
Definitely. Yes, because disguise means something which is a adversity, huge challenge. Uh, as if we look at a physical level, definitely it was, because not only it was a physical skin disease, but the side effect of the disease was arthritis as well, gouty arthritis, which we call it. And in that, I had to go through three such phases of arthritis: one in 2010, another in 2016, and another in 2020. So during this period, it used to completely lock my knees. Both the knees used to be very swelled, and similarly at the foot. So it used to take around 3 to 4 months to come out of that. But as the years passed by, and in 2015 when I got introduced to alternate healing techniques called chakra healing, which was the very basic one which I learned. So this thing motivated me and made me realize that even I can be a medium to thousand other people who are suffering through dreadful diseases. At least I am able to move a little bit. At least this pain is not constant for me. But there are thousands of people out there in this world who are simply striving years together. They are bedridden, and they also lead a happy, healthy life. And this very thought drove me to get into this spiritual learning techniques. And from 2015 it started off my journey, from wherein I was not only a victim, but it transformed my journey from a victim to a healer. So that is the reason this book is titled as Psoriasis, a blessing in disguise.
Thank you. And how do you do your work with your clients that you have?
Well, It is mainly through social media online, which I get my clients. At times they are offline, my previous connections, and I get to know what they are looking for, what is the issue they are facing, and through that I narrate what all techniques I use. So after knowing their story and after knowing their pain points, I generally seek guidance from the divination tools which I have been blessed with, I have been gifted with, and also try to find out if they need any particular healing technique, so as to help them to attain resolution. Not only attain resolution, but to rewrite their destiny.
Thank you. Can you tell us about your healing methods and what is SMI?
Yeah, SMI is S stands for spiritual healing. So spiritual healing, it includes various different healing techniques. M says about mindset alignment, as it also involves that the person should have the right mindset towards goals. So generally, I train them through different kind of affirmations which they need to chant daily before going to bed or just after getting out of bed, so that after 21 days it helps them to align their mindset with their goals. And I is removing imposter syndrome, which ultimately helps them to rewrite and live the life of their dreams.
Would you like to demonstrate your use of tarot cards?
Definitely, I would like to show that these are my precious gifts, which I am really glad to share. So, this is a set of 79 tarot cards which I have been blessed with, and I just learned it last year. So, this whenever I am doing reading for anyone, may it be myself or my clients, this is something which helps me feel very peaceful at heart, and that is the indication which helped me realize that I am on my soul path. So this is the tarot deck. I'm just placing it over here, and then this one is Ascended Masters deck. So this is a set of 58 cards, divination cards, which consist of the codes of gods and goddesses from different origins. And this was something prepared by my mentor, Dr. Pramila Srimangalam, who is a multiple award winner. She is a medium, life coach, author. So recently, she got a Perfect Woman Award. Prior to 2019 and beyond, she was awarded each award every year. And one more award she's getting on 24th. So I'm really blessed to learn from her. So this set of cards, and then this is the guidebook which talks about what each card tells. And these are the two decks mainly. And then there is one more deck which I would like to show. So yes, this is again a deck of 58 cards of animals, birds, and insects like this. So again, I seek the guidance from this deck as well, and as you can see, it contains an affirmation which helps the individuals to align their mindset in the direction of their resolution. So this is whole as a whole. This is a comprehensive, and then other than that, I also seek guidance for which particular healing techniques they should they be given, should they go through in order to attain resolution. So different spiritual healing techniques like magical self-love healing, then spiritual healing with different masters, prosperity healing, abundance healing, and past life healing, then healing with ascended masters, zen healing with zen masters, then ancestral healing, and planetary healing. These are some of the things. And I usually keep on upgrading myself with these different techniques and learning from my mentor. So this is something, as we say, as I realize that whenever we are surrounded by all those lower emotions or things that pull ourselves down, so in a way we are in darkness, and as we move towards, as we seek the guidance from these masters, it literally drives our journey from darkness to the lights, because the masters are termed as lights. This is the ultimate source through which one should get the guidance. And I believe that I am really fortunate and lucky to have this authentic tool with me, so as to provide right guidance to my clients.
Thank you. That was really neat. Thank you. So, what do you say to people who are skeptical about your methods?
Uh, you mean to these particular people or in general?
Who are not sure if they're going to work, or if they're guessing whether this may be the best source of help for them.
Okay, actually, could you please come again? Sorry for that.
Like, just for people who are against the way that you do your job, but what would you say to them to help them make them understand if that this would be the right way for them to get the best support that they need?
Yeah, definitely. My message would be for them would be that first they have to believe in themselves, and then they must understand that there are certain lessons which they need to learn from the situations which they are going through, and then try to connect with people like those who are a medium or who are working with such authentic tools to know their lessons and implement them, because they should know two things. One is that if life is pushing them through such difficult or so-called worst situation, then definitely something is coming out for them. And second thing is that you always grow through what you go through. This is my personal experience.
Thank you. And how can we best support you?
Yeah, sorry.
How can Hope and Love Radio support you?
Well, I think this is the way, and this is the best possible way as of now, as I can see. And I'm really grateful. I'm really glad to have over here.
And how can others help you?
Yeah. Sorry, could you please come again?
How can others support you?
Others, yeah, definitely by giving, especially those who have sought the guidance, those who have taken my service by giving their feedback, honest feedback, and others by just spreading the word. That is really more than sufficient for me.
And one final question: is there anything else that you would like to add?
Yeah. Sorry, could you please come again?
Is there anything else that you would like to say?
No, nothing much. Just one thing that all the best to all those who are going through this, who are going through any kind of adversity, and always remember that you might have to go through the worst to get the best, and you always grow through what you go through. So keep up your spirits. There is always hope, as this Hope and Love radio station tells us that we should always have the hope, because it is ultimately you and the divine who together can co-create your destiny at any point of time.
Thank you so much for being here today. It's a
Thank you.
pleasure meeting with you. And as for everybody, the video show will be on the station today, 1 p.m. PST. It'll also be on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And we hope to see
Thank you so
everybody
much,
soon.
Priyadarshini. Have a
Thank
great day ahead. Thank you once again.
you.